Hi, this is Omar. I'm 26 years old. I'm Egyptian and I live in Ismailia Governorate. When I was a child, actually, I was addicted to video games. I was ignorant of the importance of education. I was decisive and wasteful. All my concerns were just playing with my friends and hanging out with them. But when I was 18 years old, the death came to my father. It was a devastating moment, especially when my father's pension has been cut off. I didn't know what to do because I don't have money to provide and to pay the fees of classes, private classes. And it was just before the final exam of the most important educational period in Egypt, which is the final stage of secondary school. And it was just 3 months before the exam, the final exam. I got that idea quickly of going to my friends' teachers asking about the classes. I took because some of them were recording the videos, and I got those classes and kept myself detained at home. And eventually, I got 90%, and I was satisfied then. I intended to apply for the faculty of Alson, but I couldn't manage to do that because the qualifications were higher by 1%. I have applied for the Faculty of Education. I wasn't that satisfaction then. I told myself, that's fine. You could kill two birds with one stone, like studying geography alongside you can study English as well and enhance yourself in English. After and through my informative years as in my bachelor degree, I have I was determined. I was working hard. I have made academic success. I have become the fifth over my college. I was the one who was dealing with the professors. I was, you know, yeah. And after a while, I have become the second over my department as well. But when I was after finishing my bachelor degree, I have as every youth in Egypt, I have applied for the military service. I got a an office-based role. I was making the data personnel of soldiers, and then I told myself don't waste your time as you used to do in the past, and I have applied for obtaining my master degree alongside or aligning with my military service. I indeed applied for the preparatory master degree, and I obtained it with a high score. But after a while, after I complete my military service, I went onto the reality. I was because of the lack of the money and the stark financial situation. I volunteered at a school in order to have some private classes, but I couldn't because it's hard to start giving private classes while you're unpopular. So I went on applying as a data entry position in a garment textile company. It's a Turkey facility, by the way. And my responsibilities there were dealing with the IT section, recoding data, making reports, making the shipping process, following up the garments, and doing a lot of stuff. I was leading them. After a couple of years, and I got no appreciation, I have make a transactioning. It's like I went into another department. I applied for the merchandising team and got the accepted. I've got accepted, and I'm now like making the bells. I'm the one who's controlling the merchandising. I'm dealing with the clients, with the suppliers, in order to get the best prices with best qualities. Yeah, and during my working as data entry, during the period I was working as data entry, by a coincidence, I was at my friend's home. He was dialing Americans about their properties they are interested in, if they are interested in selling. I was obsessed. I told him, "What are you doing?" He gave me a brief about the field, and I went home back. Then I started to get deep and dive deeply into the field, and I was mocking calls with a friend of mine who's British. I was trying to cold calling people, and after a while I entered the field. but at the first I haven't meet my target at the first couple months, but after a while I have exceeded the target. I have doubled my targets. Like my highest target was for my highest target were was 45 per month, but the lowest one was 22 per month. And currently, I told you that I'm working as merchandising controller. Okay, so what strength will make you a good fit for Dylan Expert Solutions? Well, I told you that when I was 18 years old, I got the idea of going to my friend's teacher. I was determined in achieving my goals. I was hardworking, and while my formative years in college, I've become the fifth over my college, and I was determined in achieving my goal, a hardworking individual. And growing without a father gives me the concept of more. I've become more responsibility. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've become more responsible, and I've yeah. Describe a time you helped someone solve a problem. When I'm telling you a situation about my family. After my father's death, they started to take some debts from strangers, from outside, from the stores beside us, next to us. And I was in that satisfaction. Then I told my mother I have to take the income, and I have analyzed the situation in order to have the groceries at the first of the month, and to focus on getting the foods and what our needs, and then I prioritize the income into pieces, like making some for electricity, making some for the internet, making some for, and by 10 months I have, and I have finished the debts with people. What does going above and beyond mean to you? Yeah, the concept of making extra effort. I can assure to you, because I've dealt with different backgrounds. When I was data entry, I have dealt with Turkeys, I have dealt with Bangladesh, I have dealt with Egyptians from different classifications, like some of them were administrations and some of them were workers. So I've I was, when I was leaving even my position as data entry, I was then dealing with the IT section in order to achieve some for them. Unlike anyone who's telling, like, he was like, I'm leaving the position, so why should I go and pursue for making some different and improving the department? So I'm that one who is being, I'm trying to be, I'm doing extra effort in order to be satisfaction with the money that I take, because I fear Allah. Okay, what's your experience with customer service? I told you that I have 1 year of cold calling Americans, real estate actually, and yeah. In previous role, how many leads did you generate? At the first place, I was generating like 22 leads, but my highest target was 45 leads. Yeah, I was from the top 3 achievers. Yeah. What are your strategies for building rapport with new people over the phone? Yeah, actually, in that point, I don't start the call with telling hi, this Richard, or hi Richard, how you doing, because sometimes it's wrong number. And 30% of my leads, when I change my approach, for I'm giving you the example, like I'm starting the call like, hi, how are you doing today? And when I feel like the owner or the customer is making like the tonal, he's telling me like I'm terrible, I'm trying to reduce my energy to meet his tonality. I'm making like, I'm sorry for that, sir. So is this a suitable time for calling or proceeding the call? I'm actually calling regarding 111 123, like that. So I'm not that person. I'm like showing some kind of empathy. Don't be like, and never dodging the honest questions because they were making them hanging quickly on you. What do you think working with us means following a full-time shift? Unfortunately, on that point, I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to attend 9 hours because I have a main job at the morning, and I would preferably perform the part-time job vacancy. What excites you? What excites you most about the possibility of moving to sales role? Well, my main job is dealing with the clients, so I'm kindly making some kind of sales. So the main job is serving the night shift, and the night shift is going to do the vice versa and going to do the opposite. And I'm very excited because it's a new role for me. It's like, learning something different. And yeah, I'm that one of being I'm that one who's determined and who's being eager to learn new stuff. If you're speaking to a customer who didn't initially seem interested, what creative approach? On that point, how can I make a client interested? Well, when I hear that the customer is not interested or the owner is not interested, I'm telling him, well, it's up to you, sir. But in case you're interested in selling in the near future, we could be at the same page. We have a flexible closing time. We're not lowballing you. We're making the cash offer, and if you would like to proceed, we could be on the same side. So I'm trying to make some effort. It's like, making to seduce him. I'm sorry for telling that, but it's like seducing him with the offers or what the beneficials he's taken from us, from our side. Try to deceive his brain, because brain by coincidence, it's like, when he see like you're a salesman, you're trying to take some benefits out of me, and this is trying to deceive his brain from that point is specifically. Based, what excites you most about this role? I told you that because the main job is serving the night shift, and the night shift is serving the night job, and I'm determined in learning new stuff. Kindly record this script as if you're in actual real call with a customer. I start the call actually with, "Hi, how are you doing today? Glad to hear that. This is Adam on a recorded line. Am I speaking with Mr. Richard? Yeah. I'm calling from DAS Solution, Dial Expert Solutions, regarding a personal loan offer you may have seen in a recent mail. I'd like to help you explore this offer and go over your options. Is this a suitable time for proceeding?"